Hey there, everyone. Hello. Welcome. Today, I'm going to talk about what to do so that you don't experience as much disappointment. I had a client earlier this week that there was a little bit of disappointment. That's normal. It's normal to have it. And I'm going to help you navigate how to move forward in your life so that you can experience less disappointment. And what this really does is it helps you build your confidence. It helps you stay forward focused. It helps you build your momentum. So I'm Jennifer Joy. My friends, my family, they call me JJ. If you are tuning in, I think I just saw I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear from you. And of course, if you are watching the replay, go ahead and hit hashtag replay and give me a comment in the comments as well. I'd love to know that you're here so that I know I'm not talking out into the big void. So again, today we're going to talk about what to do when there's disappointment or how to avoid that disappointment in the future specifically. And this client of mine had a project she'd been working toward. She put in all the hard work and then didn't get the results she wanted. Anyone have any experience with that? Oh yeah, been there, done that. Now, this is a normal part of life, and especially for creative business owners, it is an absolutely normal part of life. Yet, when I work with my clients who are creatives and creative business owners, I want to help them stay in the groove to avoid that frustration and just keep moving forward to really build the business that they love. No compromising themselves, no more self-doubt, to really move forward building a business that they love and that makes them money. So when we get disappointed, it can throw us out of the game. It can throw us completely out of the game, like you quit doing what you're doing, or it can throw you out of the game for a short period of time. So today I want to talk about the 3 things that you can do in the future to avoid that disappointment so that you can stay in the game. Now, I'm also going to tell you step 1, I'm going to come up with right here in a moment. I'm going to tell you about. Yet, I want to hear from you around this step 1, because if you want to hear more about it, I will do a training later, maybe later this month, early next month. I can do a training around this one, a specific training tailored to this, but I want to know if you're interested. So I'm going to want to hear from you. So are you ready? Again, if you're here, let me know you're here. I'd love to hear from you. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. So how to avoid disappointment, right? Putting in all this hard work and then not getting the result you want. So step one is to make the decision that's right for you. Step 1, make the decision that's right for you. Now, I know some of you are like, ugh, I know how to make a decision that's right for me. I sit down, I write my pros and cons. I know how to do that. And others of you are like, well, maybe, yeah, I get why that would be, but I never know. Like, how do you know how to make the decision before you know what the results can be? Like, if you can't guarantee the results, how can you even make a decision? Well, I've learned in the last year and a half that we rely way too much on our minds for making decisions. Our minds are actually not for making decisions. They're for gathering data, they're for communicating with others, and where our decisions come from, for humans, where decisions are best made, decisions that align with you, decisions that align with what your soul's desire is, your purpose, they come from the body. So I know, again, some of you might be going, oh yeah, I go with my gut all the time. Well, did you know that not everyone is designed to go with their gut? There are other ways of making decisions using your body, and we each have one primary way of making a decision. One primary way to know and assure that that decision is the right decision for us. So that's the training I'd like to do later if you're interested, on decision making and knowing what part of your body, like how your body makes the right decisions for you. So again, if you're interested, let me know in the training. Say, I'm in for the training. Give me the training. Put that in the comments if you're interested in that decision making training. It's going to be free. We're going to get together on Zoom. There'll be a recording. If you're interested, if you're not interested, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to put in all that work. So I want to know if you're interested in knowing how you can make the correct decision for you, if you'd like training on that, how to make the correct decision for you and your creative business so that you always know you're moving forward in alignment with your purpose, with your passions. All right, so that's number one. Step one, make the correct decision for you. Step number two. So we might have a goal. I'd like to make this many sales. I'd like to hit this many clients. I'd like to produce this much, whatever it might be. I'd like to get this many reviews, good reviews. So we might have a goal, yet the really important thing here in step two is go ahead and have your goal, but don't focus on that goal too intensely. Don't focus on the goal too intensely. Instead, that's like the target out there. That's the target. We'll see if we hit it or not. Yet what you really want to focus on is your intention. And most people use these words interchangeably. They say, oh yeah, it's my intention to make, $1,000 in sales this weekend. That's my intention. No, that's a goal. That is a goal. A goal is usually quantifiable. It's very specific, and it's about a result, right? And this whole video, these 3 steps are about not being disappointed if you don't get the results you want. So we don't want to focus too intensely on that result, because if we don't get it, disappointment comes. So that external result that we're looking for, that external goal, is fine to have it, set it aside. And then, again, it's fine. Let me go back to the mind for a minute. It's fine to have that goal so that your mind can help you communicate and arrange the data and everything that's going to head you toward that goal. Yet your real focus wants to be this intention. And again, an intention is different than a goal. An intention is about you. An intention is about how you want to show up in this situation. So yes, I want to make this goal, and I want to show up. Let me think of some words that would make a good intention. I want to practice showing up as confident. I want to practice showing up as open. I want to practice showing up as curious. Like maybe you're doing this thing to collect data, right? You want to know more about your target market. I'm going to show up curious. I'm going to show up willing to talk to people. So the intention is focused on you. And that way, you're in charge of it. You are in charge of how you're showing up. You are in charge of what you do. And so that is how you measure your success. Measure your success, your satisfaction, your delight. Measure it by how you performed, for instance, how you showed up. And a really key word with intention is, like, what if I said, okay, I want to show up confident. I'm going to have this event and I want to show up confident. But before I get on stage, maybe I have the jitters, and the first couple sentences that come out of my mouth are kind of not exactly what I wanted them to be. All right. So it's not about, oh my gosh, I wasn't confident. Like for that first 5 minutes, I know I wasn't confident. No, the key here with an intention is you are practicing. So I am willing to practice showing up confidently. I am willing to practice being open. I am willing to practice connecting with other people. Keyword practice. Now this I learned from my Fearless Living training. I am a master life coach in the Fearless Living world, which is why I love working with creatives and their fears that might come up. And so this is really about you. And it's about the practice. I am willing to practice. And then you have to follow through on step 3. You have to follow through on step 3. I did have a client who was quite the perfectionist, and she was doing a lot of videos online and podcasts and so forth. And she would go out there and be, I'm willing to practice being confident. And then we'd go back and we'd review whatever she had done that week or 2 weeks. And she'd be like, yeah, but that 5 minutes, I can't get over that 5 minutes that wasn't perfect. That 5 minutes that, I didn't show up exactly how I wanted to. Well, of course, I'd remind her of the practice piece and the willingness piece. Yet that third step, step number 3, let me review. Step number 1, making a decision that's correct for you. Step number 2, creating an intention that is focused on you and focused on what you intend to practice when you show up. Step 3 is giving yourself credit. Giving yourself credit. So it's not about showing up perfectly. It's not a black and white situation. It's not about hitting that intention 100%. It's about giving yourself credit for every time that you jumped back on the horse. So maybe you weren't confident in that few minutes. Did you get it back? How did you practice getting confident to begin with, or showing up confident? Did you do something new? Did you create bullet points for yourself that would help you? Did you do some research? Did you think of things differently? So it's anywhere, acknowledging yourself, giving yourself credit for anything you did or thought that you did that was new, that helped you show up how you wanted to show up. And again, it's not about that result. Did you show up perfectly? Not about that. It's about giving yourself credit for the practice. Giving yourself credit for every time you didn't procrastinate, every step forward you made toward that intention and that event or that special thing you did. Practice over perfection. I'm sure many of you have heard that. So that's it. That is the 3 steps to help you avoid disappointment in the future. Number 1, make correct decisions. Number 2, create an intention that is for you on how you want to be, how you want to show up, what you want to practice. And step number 3, give yourself some credit. I know a lot of my clients, 2 things. They're either too hard on themselves, or a lot of my clients will also just move on to the next thing without giving themselves credit. Like, yep, okay, done with that, didn't work, let's go. And no, we need to give ourselves credit. That's what builds our creative confidence. That's what keeps our momentum moving forward. So I hope this has been of use to you. It's been a delight meeting with you today. Again, oh, good, Mary. I'm so glad. So glad. I know Mary is working on a big project. So so glad that worked for you. So those are the 3 steps. And again, step number 1 is that correct decision. Making that correct decision for you that's in alignment with you. Not making it from your head, but learning how to make the correct decision for you using your body. It's interesting. It's intriguing. So if you'd like more training on making that correct decision, I need to hear from you. I'm not going to do the training unless I hear from enough people who are interested in this training and how you can make correct decisions for you. So again, put it in the comments. I'm in. Give me the training. And if that's the case, I'll contact you. I'll direct message you and let you know when that training's going to happen. But I need to hear from you. So thank you for watching today. I so enjoy serving you. I so enjoy talking to my friends and family, and also serving the creative world, and especially those creative business owners who really want to have a business they love. Have a business where they're not compromising themselves. Have a business where they are doing what they are meant to do and loving what they do. So until next time, bye-bye, everyone.